mentally moving in that direction, which says a lot about his opinion of you and what your potential is. You know, he sees potential in you that you probably don't see for yourself. You ought to think about it. And so I'd like to just share a couple of things with you, if I might. Things that I just picked up yesterday and last night from observing things. It's just, I'm a great observer of things, okay? But unlike many average, mediocre meatballs, I actually write it down so I can remember it. You know what I'm saying? I'm never impressed by somebody who sits through an hour meeting, John, and they come up, wow, that was incredible. I took 3 pages of notes. Say, listen, dumbass, I can listen to a 5-minute conversation with somebody and take 3 pages of notes if they got something to say. I took 3 pages of notes. It's like they couldn't believe how diligently they paid attention. Out of the mouth, you know, the stupidity speaketh sometimes. But it's a matter of how serious you are about yourself. And if you don't take yourself serious, nobody else is going to take you serious. Why should they? But if you start taking yourself seriously,
oh boy,
and you start thinking that your life has value, and you start thinking, maybe there's a purpose for me to be on the earth, rather than just suck in air and food, and kind of do that for a number of years, and then crawl in the dirt, you know, and then move on down. If you feel like there's some bigger picture purpose that you were put here for, you might start taking yourself a little bit more seriously. And I'd like to point out along that subject that you've got to start thinking bigger than yourself. And here's what I mean. If you will accept the fact that there's a purpose to your life that God put in there and put you here for, and you were designed to do something significant, how about stopping limiting yourself, thinking, well, I don't know how I would do that, okay? Well, the Lord usually gives you something so big to do, you could not do it on your own power. And you would have to trust Him. Because He wants you to walk by faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. So He doesn't give us these little bitty projects that you can do without any effort and not have to call on His power and not be challenged and perplexed and confused. So you'll dig deep and, you know, question, you know, seek and you'll find, ask and it'll be open to you. And, you know, put yourself in a place of vulnerability like, well, if you want me to do this, you're going to have to give me the power, give me the answers. Well, that's what He wants you to do, because at the end of the day, if you live your life the way you were designed to do it, and you trust in Him, you will wind up accomplishing things that are so beyond the scope of what you thought was possible when you started. It's just mind-blowing. Like, I could never have done this, which means I did it because God did it through me, right? And so, what's waiting for you, it's not do you work or not, it's do you have faith? And can you believe a big vision or something can happen to you? Or are you the problem? You know, are you going to get to the other side and they say, go, 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 you know, look at you, you did great things. Now actually, what we had planned for you was something about 1,000 times bigger. But no, you wouldn't believe. You know, you wouldn't accept it that that was a possibility. You kept thinking about you doing it rather than letting God do it through you. So your chance is over. But man, we have big things designed for you. And see what? When you reach your potential, that means not just benefits that could have gone to you, but other people whose lives could have been improved through you. Things that could change. So I'd like you to consider the possibility that there might be not big things out there for you, Glenn. I'd like you to consider the possibility that there are things out there waiting for you that are so amazing, so mind-blowing, that you cannot even fathom the thought of the possibility of that happening to you at this moment in time. Because all of us, let me prove that to you, all of us who've been in this thing for a long time are living those kind of lives. I mean, I'm living a life, and at 69 years old, I did not have any concept. When I got in this thing, I thought, it'd be good for 2-3 years. Until something else comes along and, this would be great. And here I am. And I didn't know how I was going to end up. And you look at all the people who've been around for a while, John and Angela, they had no idea it was going to turn out like this, right? Beyond more amazing than we could possibly ever imagine in our lives. The people we've met, the things we've done, the successes we've had. And it's been good for us. But all of the waves of people all over the country, the benefits ripple out to. Because when you help someone, it doesn't end there. When you help someone, they get strengthened, they get strong, they wind up helping other people. A pebble in the lake ripples. And if you're out there throwing pebbles by the handful out there continually, folks, there's a lot of people ripple benefits being helped. So I'd like you to consider the fact that an amazing life is out there if you'll have, I'm not saying get off your butt and go to work, because we got to work. Life makes you work. Life is going to make you work. But the thing is, are you going to have faith and work on the things that God wants you to be working on? Because you're willing to believe and follow that impulse in your heart. I don't know if that means anything to you. But let's point out reality. I heard in talking to Dean Francis yesterday that he found somewhere on the computer 520 people were paid over $20,000 last month. Can you believe that? 520. So it's not like is the company working, right? 520. We had part of the thing on Monday was this, I put a statistic out there I found from Wharton Business School that they had found through their research that there were 70,000 families with liquid assets in the United States. Now, I don't think it counts for Canada. Of $30 million, not counting their real estate. There's 70,000. They got 30 million. Are you one of those? We got to get busy. We're walking around here like ostrich, head in the ground, like $100,000. Whoop-dee-ding-dong-doo. Give me a lollipop, Folks, you're selling yourself short. 70,000 people got $30 million. Where's your $30 million? Right? That ain't right. It's kind of like, I didn't know everybody's making all this money. You don't want to go through your life and find out everybody in your neighborhood's got $30 million in the bag, and you sitting there rubbing 2 quarters together. You know what I'm saying? Our expectations are all off. We've been looking at this thing wrong. Do you agree? Yes. I'm not making this up. But you can have the amazing life. You can have income beyond your wildest dreams. You can have success if you turn yourself loose. You got to start believing it. But do the things that will let it happen to you. 33 months of record-setting growth. Are you a part of that? I'm not going to ask for the show of hands of everybody in the room that's had 33 months of continual, uninterrupted growth in their business. It would be a little embarrassing, right? So we got to ask ourselves, are we dragging the company down or are we making it better? Right? You're either on the plus side, you're either a good guy or you're a bad guy. Right? You're either helping or you're hurting. Well, the first thing I want to do is make sure that I'm helping. I don't want anybody to pull up the numbers and I'm dragging the company down, right? Well, 33 months. So somebody's making this thing work. Always remind yourself when you get into tough times, it's tough and this and that, and they screw this up and this is wrong, this and that. Yeah. In spite of that, most of the company, more people are winning and growing every month that are getting beat. So you have to ask yourself, do I have to let myself get beat? Obviously not. Because some of those people are real dummies that are growing. I mean, if we got them out there, you'd say, you got to be kidding. Yeah, there they are. You let yourself get beat by these guys. And they're ugly too.
I knew you were going to say that.
I can't believe that ugly dummy beat me. All you gotta do is look around and say, wait a minute, I ain't gonna put up with that. It was like me. You might not be called to greatness, but you look around and see the other people going to greatness and say, oh no, that ain't gonna happen. Like when I was in high school, I, like everybody else, I didn't like politics. They said, you want to run for class president or school president? School president. I said, no, I hate politics. They said, well, if you don't run, so-and-so's going to win. He's going to run. I said, him? Oh, no, that ain't going to happen. So I was school president. I didn't want to, but I sure didn't want him doing it. I had to live out my last year of high school with him being the school president. That wasn't going to happen.